Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Earthen's Den. And first and foremost, I want to start off by saying good morning and thanks for tuning in to today's episode. I just want to talk to my dreamers out there, the dreamers who dream real big. And I'm talking real big to the point of discomfort, real big to the point of, typically you are considered, a little crazy. What you have in mind for yourselves is impossible. Nobody around you has done it. It may not even be something that has even been introduced into today's world. What you're talking about here is innovative. What you're talking about here is a ball of fury and passion and light and love and truth. And I just want to say that it's possible and that you can do anything that you put your mind to. I've realized that when it comes to people, not many people can see themselves in certain spaces in which you can see yourself, and the truth is that I think when you learn to value yourself and you have a greater sense of self-worth for just who you are as a person, who you are as a spirit, all that you embody, you're going to realize that because of your light, it shines so bright, because you are such a dreamer, because you are so inspirational and you're an innovator and you're a creator and you have the mental resilience to push through with your dreams and carry on through life and the hardships. People want to be around you because that's inspirational. And at the end of the day, I've learned that, but everybody can't see the vision, and so you have to carry out that truth for yourself and you have to live for a greater purpose and you have to do it because there's somebody who's watching you who's like, man, I would love to do this, but somebody in my ear telling me it's not possible. As an artist, people say, there's no money in art. There's no money in art. And I look at them and it cracks me up, but it also makes me so frustrating. It's so frustrating and it makes me very frustrated because it's like there is money in art. I think that art is probably one of the most lucrative professions, quite frankly, and the reason I say that is because how can we say there's no money in art when people have done it? How is there no money in art when it's been done? How is there no money in art and creation when there are people who have done it and who are making millions, if not billions of dollars? There is money in art. There is money in culinary. There is money in journalism. And I just realized we just allow people to put caps on us, because it's not possible for you. You can't see it. That's not the life that God had for you. So you don't have that vision. That's not what he put in you. You know what I mean? And I just think overall that level of intimidation is something that is very popular, and it's like you just really got to learn how to navigate from all that noise. I think about my life and I have no regrets because I believe that everything happens for a reason. But man, things I should have done sooner. Right? The things I should have done sooner. And I know I'm young, but it's just, I thank God for my youth and the time that I still have. But it's just the things that I should have done sooner, and it's people's fear. It's like people want to control you, right? They want you to stay next to them. They want you to be safe. They want you to, not do what it is that they're afraid to do because they're not really sure if you make it. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be such a mirroring experience for me that I have to take to the grave because here I am 65, here I am 45, here I am 57, and I didn't gave up. I didn't give up the whole 9, and I'm afraid to start again, and so I'm going to live with this regret, this resentment, and I can't really be happy for you because, damn, if only I would have done it sooner. You know what I mean? And so I just say to just any dreamer out there, keep dreaming, dream big. It is so possible for you. Don't worry about the how. I think, man, with God on your side, anything is possible. Think about the times when God has pulled you through your life and you don't even know how in the heck it happened. You have no clue. You have no clue. It just fell out the sky. You don't even know how that opportunity fell through. You don't even know how that door opened. You don't even know how you met that person at the time that you met that person and you guys were in the same boat and at the same time and on the same plane in the same airport. You don't even know. That's God. And I just really believe when you're obedient and when you're faithful and when you serve and when you do what it is that you love and you live abundantly, and that gives him praise and honor because we're God's child, and at the end of the day, it's God who gives us vision and there's nobody who knows us like God. And so at the end of the day, When it comes to people, people can only see from their lenses. If they've never seen it, they may not believe it. Everybody doesn't want to dream because it's scary. It's scary to dream. You don't know if this thing is, you don't know if this thing is going to come through or fall through the cracks, and it's a long road, right? And there is no certainty, right? I talked about this on Instagram, you guys, on our Earth and Sten Instagram page. There is no certainty. It is truly a walk of faith. You don't know when that big break is coming, but you're doing it because you love it and you believe in it and you know that it's possible for you. So don't let anybody deter you from your path because you don't want to ever enter into a space where you say, man, I wish I would have done it sooner, or I wish I would have done that. Living your life with so much regret, it sucks. It truly sucks, but you learn from the experiences. And, if you're alive and you're listening today, then it's never too late. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, all of this could just be avoided if you just stay your course and and be true to yourself. You know what I mean? Do what makes you happy. Do what you know to be true for you. And the truth is that, honestly, when you're coming from impoverished areas and you're coming from spaces with people who follow the crowd, right? It doesn't matter where you're at, small city, big city, you're coming from these spaces. There aren't many people who can see themselves outside of poverty. There aren't many people who can see themselves possessing the things that you want to possess. And that's not for us to go back and, look at them any less. But at the end of the day, that's not our responsibility to carry everybody. That's not your responsibility to enter into that space. Speak to people who, want to hear what you have to say. I've learned time and time again to stop wasting my breath, stop wasting my time, with people who don't dream and don't want to dream, don't have a dream, don't want nothing in life, and that's not for us to pity them. Everybody has a decision. Everybody has a decision and everybody makes choices every step of the way. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And so I just think it's just so important to just be in that space and just do what's true for you, man. Do what works for you. This is your life. If God gave you a vision, if God gave you a plan for your life, then, because let me just say this, I always knew very early on in my life what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be. I didn't always have the plan. I didn't always have the vision. I didn't always have, this perfect picture, but I always knew in the realm of just creativity. You know what I mean? I always knew in the realm of just expressing myself. I always knew in the realm of just holding on to my truth. And I knew that I was going to do something that really made me happy, and I made decisions every step of the way. Because I knew that early on, and I think that that's what God does for everybody. Early on, that. It's up to you to be mentally strong and to have the wherewithal to silence the noise, silence the critics. You know what I mean? Because they can't do it. They can't do it. So they're going to tell you that you can't do it. You can't make any money in art. How can I not make any money in art when there's people who made money in art? You know what I mean? You see, a question opens the mind, yet a statement closes the mind. So if you're telling yourself you can't do this, you can't afford this, there is no this, you got all these conclusions, then your mind is going to shut down. How can you dream? How can you come into a space of brainstorming? That's, and honestly, apply this to, you go to these corporate jobs, and you're out here and you're working, you see these techniques, apply that to your life. You sit in these meetings, you're going to these training courses, they got all this brainstorming, we're coming up with ideas, we're working as a team collaboratively. You put your brain to use for the things that you love. And stop being a robot. Stop being controlled by so much fear, because at the end of the day, you're being paid to show up. And the moment you don't show up, your whole livelihood is threatened. They can take your job away and you be nothing. So don't tell me that I can't make any money in art doing what it is that I love. I'd rather get rich and die trying. Hello. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's possible. It's possible. And 9 times out of 10, what you're trying to do has already been done, right? Obviously, you're bringing your own special sauce, your own creative abilities, your own uniqueness to this platform, to this field of design and which path you intend to go. And that's beautiful. And you are needed in that space. That's the reason why you're dreaming about it. You know what I mean? So don't listen to other people. And the thing about obedience with God, man, let me just tell you, when you're obedient and you work with him and you talk to him and you cultivate a relationship with him, not just reading the Bible, I'm talking just talk to God. He's with you every step of the way. He's within us. You know what I mean? That's how you do this, okay? And you listen and you develop a plan, and you sometimes it changes, sometimes it bends, sometimes it folds. But hey, that dream, that vision is something that you don't let go of, because at the end of the day, that's your destiny. You know what I mean? And everybody can't see it, and that's okay. And don't be afraid to let go of the things that aren't serving you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like, you don't want to look up and say, I wish I would have done it sooner. Why put yourself through that when you always knew? And so I just wanted to get on here and say that because I just think that that's something that we hear so often. We want to pull up statistics, and it's just funny how statistics only include where are they getting these statistics from? Like, can we just start there? You know what I mean? Where are these statistics coming from? Because at the end of the day, we know people who are making way more outside of that little threshold that they got on Google. You know what I mean? In these fields of creativity. I'm just saying. Yeah. So where are you guys getting these numbers from? Right. And what you got to understand is just because somebody who may be a writer, somebody who may be an artist, who may be a dreamer, they didn't do nothing with their life. That's because they made different decisions. They shut it down. Come on. Like, people don't want to tell you about the mistakes that they made along the way because it's too embarrassing. It's too embarrassing to admit that, I really wasn't good in journalism, but I just kind of wanted to do it because it sounded cool. I really had no clue why I went to that design program. I just kind of wanted to do it because it sounded cool, but that's not really my thing. I know that, like, I'm, really, really book smart, and I probably would have had a better career and more joy if I would have went to school to be a surgeon. Like, and it doesn't always have to be institutionalized learning, but I'm just saying, like, when you really look at people's lives, like, you got to start seeing, you got to read through the lines. It's not what a person is saying, it's what they're not saying. Right? At the end of the day, when you listen to people and they say, oh, well, you accepted that as your lot in your life. And what is it? A question opens the mind and a statement closes the mind. So, when they say you can't do this, or you can't do that, you just shut down. You didn't even go after it. You gave up. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, too, understand that your vision is just so different from everybody. Everybody doesn't know what they want. And it's no pressure to know what you want. But when you freaking know what you want, you know what you want. You know what I mean? Like, you can't put, and there's no age put on that. Because there's people who've known since they were 12. And do I think that these people are different or special? No, I just think that they have their path is different. Everybody's different. And I mean, we all got our own different paths. We all, we're all unique in our own way. And so I just say, like, at the end of the day, just, everything that I'm saying, please take it in. Please take it in. Sit in it, observe it, run it back. Because I'm really sick and tired of people who are small-minded out here killing dreams of people who really got potential. People who God is sparing their life time and time again, saving them after car accidents, saving them after the club, saving them after addiction, saving them after depression, saving them after suicidal thoughts. You know what I mean? These people got plans. Like, God got plans on their lives. So stop trying to deter them from what it is that he's calling them to do. I'm sick of it. Step aside. Okay, you don't want to dream. You don't want nothing for your life. Okay, step aside. And it just frustrates me because nobody is pressuring you to dream bigger. You're okay with where you're at in your life. You don't believe that you can make money in art. You don't believe that you can make money doing whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it may be. Okay, step aside. This is for you. But don't try to come over here and interrupt what we got going on because we dreaming. And we happy, and we making the sacrifices, and we putting forth our best foot forward in this walk of faith. Okay? This is our life. Let me live my life, and you live your life. You don't see me pushing you to, do anything outside of that. You don't see me pushing you to get out that Chevy. Okay? I'm just saying. See, when they do this, it's like, oh, you're talking bad about a person. You bully a person. No, you're bullying me. You're bullying me. And I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? And so, you guys, I'm joking here. But seriously, at the end of the day, man, do what makes you happy, okay? Do what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day, they can't see it for themselves, but they don't know what's inside of you. They don't know what's inside of you, okay? And, you may lose some things along the way, but you're not going to lose. And I believe that anytime that God removes something from your life, you lose something in your life, he replaces it with something 10 times better. And, every year it gets better, even though, through the darkest days, you just got to know at that point, it's just going to be something really good if you are in a dark space, because if you're enduring it, it's for a reason. It's for your own cultivation. You can't reach these high heights without being humbled. You know what I mean? And thank God for that, right? He wants to sustain us once we finally make it, because Lord knows, honey, it's a hell of a ride. Who wants to get there and fumble the bag? And I'm not even saying bag as far as just like monetary aspects. Of course, those things are considered, but more so just like finally seeing your dream come true. You know what I mean? Who wants to fumble that after everything that you've been through up until this point? And definitely understand that, you haven't come this far to be left, and God is with you. So I just wanted to get in here and say that is possible. It's possible, and you can make it happen for yourself. And, just talk to God, get your vision, get your plan right, and just roll with it. Just move forward. You know what I mean? And I believe that, I meditate. I believe in meditation. I believe in spirit guides. I believe in, just the spiritual realm. Like, you see things when you make up your mind, you believe it, you can feel it, you can see it, right? Things really start to happen that orchestrate the plans and the motions and the movements in order for you to get to the right place. And so, I'm learning to enjoy the journey. I can be really hard on myself, but I got to be disciplined, because this is what I want, and I want it really bad, but by no means am I perfect. By no means am I a counselor. By no means am I a therapist. I'm just a girl here to share my experiences and my truths. And I hope everybody has an amazing day. I'm going to leave you guys with your thoughts.